Daniel, and Daniel Kimani. I minister at All Nations Breakthrough Church, which is a disciple congregation. I'm from Africa, from Kenya, and I came here many years ago, and I'm doing ministry, enjoying doing ministry among the people here. We call ourselves All Nations. Initially, we were Breakthrough Community Church, but we call ourselves All Nations now because we are seeing the Lord bring people from all nations. And we have people from here, people from Africa, different nations in Africa. And so that's where we are. We had a lot of challenges because most of our people are students, a younger generation. They come to this area to go to schools like UMKC, UCM, KU, and also JUCO. We have a ton of people also that go to the Metropolitan College, especially the Tanzanians, and Longview College. And because of the presence of these schools in the area, it has attracted a lot of international students. One thing about students is that they are always fighting for cash. So we quickly realized that our ministry was growing way beyond our resources. And we started finding ways in which we can increase our income. And one of the ways we thought about is to remove the hurdles that are there that would prevent someone from giving. The devil discourages people from giving, and any difficulty they encounter during a Sunday service or before a Sunday service becomes an excuse for them not to give the much needed money and resources that we need to do ministry. And so what we started discussing with our elders, and we would talk about this, is how can we help? How can we improve? And some of our elders were very candid, and they would talk about themselves, and I would ask, why are you not able to be consistent in your giving? And some of them would say, sometimes I don't bring my check, sometimes I'm rushing to the church, and I don't have time to get cash from the ATM. And when it becomes another trip and they have to to choose whether to be late for service or to come with some money for service, they choose to come early without money. And so when we discussed it, we found the only options we had were to look into online giving. And what was discouraging for us in the beginning was that there were fees that were attached to online giving, and also we imagined that there would be a stigma to online giving. People would think that we are asking them to use credit cards and use credit to give in the church. And but I think what I can say is that problems and needs of the church actually prompted us to overlook some of those handles, which were just imaginary. People didn't take online giving as negatively as we thought. They were very, very pleased. A lot of people said, oh, this is helpful, that I can just go online and be able to give on a website. And initially what we started with was online giving that they did on a website. So someone would go on a Friday when they get their check, they would go in there, they would give some money, or even on Sunday, because we do check-in for kids, someone would stroll back to the area and just be able to give online. And because people use phones, also people are able to give through the phone and just online on the website. So that is how we started. We were also using Church Community Builder as our church management software. And CCB, they partner with BluePay, so that if you use that as a church management software and you also use BluePay for online giving, they are able to match someone's giving directly with their account, so that you don't have to come back and try to input manually the giving of the people. So that if someone goes on the website and gives a certain amount of money, when you come back to CCB, you'll see that it's on their account. And so at the end of the year, our bookkeeper just goes to the software and sends everybody an email with the exact amount of money that they have been giving throughout the year. And so what the collections that come in on Sunday are entered manually, but what they give online is able to go in. So initially, that is how we started. We had an online portal where you click on the website, and when you click on the website, it opens a page for online giving, and people would go there and be able to give. Then, as time went by, we discovered that other people will not go to a computer. It is difficult for people sometimes, especially as people use the phones more and they have apps on the phone. It was difficult for them to do that. And also, that business also transitioned to where more people were encouraged to give by text. And giving by text is very similar to giving on a website, but it's even more convenient. What they will do is that you send a text initially, any amount of money or even $0. You send a text to a particular number that is assigned to the church. We have our own text giving number. When you send there, they send you a link which you open and put in your credit card information or debit card information. It's completely secure. You are inputting that on their website and on their secure server. And so every time you want to give, you'll just send a text to that number, and they somehow know how to do that in the background. And immediately, within like a second, it sends you back a receipt as a text message. And that is what we do. And that's what I do myself on a Sunday morning. When it's time to give, ushers will, the traditional ushering is there, so they will stand up and they'll come collecting offerings from people. This is mostly our visitors. And but a lot of our people have already set up that so that I'll just send a text and I get my reply and I put back my phone in the pocket and I've given. I don't have to get my wallet out. I don't have to do anything else. And then that also is matched to my profile. Now, BluePay doesn't do that, but there's another software that is called Kindred. It does that. And that also works with our church management software. So someone gives on a text. Our bookkeeper goes after the service and is able to give to see how many people give and how much they give on the by text giving, and that they are able to correspond. We use for text giving we use Kindred, KINDRID, Kindred.com. These softwares are very easy to set up. They are very user friendly. I didn't grow up with computers and I can do it, so I'm pretty sure anyone here can do that. But what happened is, especially when we started doing text giving, our giving shot up a lot, by a lot. And even with the fees, and the fees are not much, and even with the fees, we tend to think about the fees as a lot of money. But if someone, for example, if someone that has never given, because they say they don't have a checkbook, they don't have cash, and that Sunday they come in and they give, and out of their giving, maybe the fees is $1.50 or $2 or even $3, just as an example. At the end of the day, we did not lose $3. At the end of the day, we actually gained $97, which we could not have had because we were not going to send this person a bill or even, remind us, because this is money that they gave out of their heart. We made it convenient for them. And so it's money that comes in and helps us be able to do ministry even better. And so it's that view that these bank charges or these fees that they charge are going to be actually a burden for the church. But if you look at the percentages, which I'm going to show Bill here in a second, if you look at the percentages of the fees, it is minimal compared to what actually comes in. And so we use those BluePay, we use Kindred. There's another software you can set up on a website, and it's called EasyTithe. It's the easiest way. EasyTithe, EasyTithe. EasyTithe, their fees are minimal, and that you can attach on a website very, very easily. They'll also do text giving, they'll do website giving, and they are also easy to use. And And now that we have an app, we use our app. Also, they have a giving. Also, they have giving also on the app, and you can also do text giving. That also connects with forms. If we are doing a form for registration for anything, we create it on the app, or we can also create it on CCB. And BluePay or the app, they can all do forms. And Kindred is also doing forms. That if there is payment that is needed for a conference, there I can fill in my information and just be able to pay through that form. And that's very, very easy to do. And it's also able to match with my profile on the website. And that's also something that I'm going to show Bill here in a second. That has impacted our giving. It has changed the way people see the giving time. There's not much guilt because someone didn't have a checkbook or didn't bring cash. Those that have a heart to give are able to give. We are not aggressive in how we ask people for money or how we ask people to text. We just have it in a casual, normal announcement. I don't do it. Someone does that in the service. Some people will come up, and I can do it myself also. It's not a taboo for me to do that. But I usually will preach, and somebody else comes up and they'll say, if you're giving, the text for giving is up there, and you can go ahead and do it, and then the ushers will come and flow through. It's about 2/3 of our giving that comes through the website and text giving. 2/3 of our giving. A third of our giving comes on Sunday morning, and it's also very evenly spread throughout the week. Most of our giving doesn't come in on Sunday, it comes before Sunday. Especially Friday is a big giving day because that's when most people get paid. And what they do is, and this is what we have taught people, the first money that comes out of my check is my tithe. And it's God. I honor God first, and I'm able to do that because I actually have the means of doing it through the website or through text. If there was no form of giving that is online, I have to wait until Sunday to be able to have in my check. But always, and many people here in the church, and I will not say most, many people here in the church, the first money that they spend is their tithe money, and that is how we are able to do ministry, and we have been able to manage. Yeah, and I'm not saying that money will be suddenly enough when you do this, but I'm just saying that you'll be able to get a lot of the resources that, especially the younger generation, they want to be able to do that online.
Now we're recording.
Yeah. So this is our church management software. Many people actually may have a software that they use, but it's all online, and so when you come to our website, which is here. You come to our website. Let me see that. Yeah, which is here. There is this tab here. It's Give. We have highlighted it in blue, and because this is one of the more visited pages of the website, and it's not red, so it's not shouting, but it's there. So someone can come here and choose the designation for the money. I have 4. I have tithing, offering, special offering, and general fund. And myself, I can go in the back of the account and create another fund. So like when we are supporting our missionary to Sudan, I usually will come, or VBS giving, when we are raising money for VBS, I'll usually add a designation here. And then I'll put a giving amount. And then I'll put my information, and then from there confirm the gift. Now, if you're a member of our church and they already have an account, they just have to log into our CCB system and then just put an amount. They don't have to put the account information again. But for everybody else, this is where you come and put the city and your email, your card number, and then the month, the year, and a security code. And this is all secure. Actually, this part here, you can see it's a page. They've given us a link, but it goes to their secure page. So it's not us that are responsible for that. I'm sorry for that. It's not us that are responsible for the security of that page. So anyway, that's one way people can come to our website and give from there. The other part is where we actually do the text. People send a text message and that actually comes to our giving portal. So let me see whether I can find it. So they gave me access to this so that I can show it, and so I think, let me see whether this is. Yeah, so this is a gift. So if you can you can look at some of the gifts that are here. You can look at, and if you're able to block out the names, but you can see this is today, and you can tell that is someone that able to block out the names, but you can see this is today, and you can tell that is someone that is giving that amount of money, and the fees that are there, and you can tell that the fees are there, yes, but you can see that these fees are not something that is, you get 97 out of $100. They charge you $2.80, but at the end of the day, these 97 may never have come to the church. So that's really what it is, and so. So God bless you so much. I think this is the last thing you are going to be doing with checks and stuff like that. This is, for many people, you are paying your mortgage online, you are paying for your utilities online or on the phone. I think this is the only thing that many people still want to bring cash or do checks. And I think it's time for the church to transition and just use newer methods of giving and doing ministry. The Lord bless you. Thank you for the privilege to be able to talk to you.